bandje op de gang. En ik zeg, het is een band uit Nederland. En toch ga ik dan overschakelen naar Engels en good morning zeggen. Good morning, Laura Vane.
Good morning.
Because you have to tell our listeners, it's a Dutch band, but you're British.
Yeah.
You live in?
I live just near to Brighton, yeah.
Brighton, which is, I think, the heart of the soul scene, soul funk scene in England.
Well, there's a lot going on. In fact, there's a lot of music, all different types. Yeah, it's a really kind of busy place.
But still, you team up with Dutch guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Laura Vane The Vipertones, dames en heren, zijn bij ons vanmorgen. There's a new album, which is album number 3.
Yeah,
but it's
BodyQuake.
BodyQuake. It looks good. You've been with us before, and the previous albums were soul albums, soul funk albums.
Yeah, I think they're much more focused on that as a thing, as something that people can identify our music.
There has been a bit of a change on the new album.
Yeah, we got nasty.
What happened?
I don't really know. I think from doing stuff that feels so comfortable and so, I guess it's almost kind of soft. It only then starts to make you want something a bit harder. And I think that the guys and I were thinking, well, we have to. I don't think we can do another album just like the first album and the second album. We have to do something different. And I certainly, I'm always pushing for a harder edge. So we just decided to see what came from what direction we were.
It was a natural step for you.
Absolutely,
yeah.
It's always natural. I'm not forcing it too much. No.
But still, you live in Brighton, near Brighton. The other guys live in Dordrecht. How do you... I mean, you're not here all the time. You're just...
I'm here all the time.
Yeah. How do you work? How do you make an album with you living there and see in between?
Well, years ago it would have been very difficult. But now, of course, with the internet, it's much, much easier. So the guys will come up with an idea and they'll send it to me on email. Mm-hmm. Or we use Dropbox a lot. So they just put the files in there and I take them out. And I write some ideas. And then I send it back.
And you sing... And you send that back?
Yeah,
well?
and then they say, yeah, this bit's good or that bit's all right. Or we come to an agreement about what needs to change. And it's just that process over and over again. And then occasionally, when I come over to do shows and so on, that's the time when we can rehearse or we can sit in the studio together and actually work in real time together.
And that's, for some songs, that may have been then the first time you... perform as Laura Vane The Vipertones. I mean, lots of those songs you just heard on your computer and...
Yeah. Well, we make them very real before we go on stage, obviously, when we rehearse them. And it's nice to finally get them completely solid together on stage and perform to crowds. Otherwise, the project seems very much, I suppose, all about emailing and so on. But it's a great way of working because we get the opportunity all the time to say what we do and don't want.
And you don't have to see those guys all the time.
I don't have to see them all the time, you know.
Those guys, by the way, de band waar ze mee is Erik van Dijsseldonk, gitarist Frank Mont is op toetsen. Phil Martin, die staat hier trouwens ook nog. Phil, goedemorgen. Ja, je hebt nog niks gezegd hoor. Met jou had ik gewoon Nederlands kunnen praten. Dat was misschien net zo makkelijk geweest.
Maakt niet uit.
En Ton van der Kolk is bassist. Dat is bij elkaar Laura Vane The Vipertones. Nieuwe albums uit en toeren doen ze. Ze zijn niet alleen in Nederland trouwens, ook in Duitsland. Maar bijvoorbeeld ook later deze maand in Breda. En vanochtend bij ons, en dat vind ik super tof, ter promotie van het nieuwe album. Dat heet BodyQuake.